Hello everybody and welcome back to another J Mars Hands video. Now, you might notice that my desk looks like shit right now, and that's because it's not my desk, it's my garage. And today, we are going to be fixing this baby right here. This is my road bike, and it's got a hole in the tire. Now, I believe that hole to be right there. It's not actually leaking right now because of something called sealant, which I will teach you guys about later. But for now, we're just up in the garage to get the wheel off, and then we can go down into the workshop to take the tire off and put a new one on there. It's a really interesting process, I promise. There's no tube in there. It's got sealant. There's juice inside there, I promise. It's sick. So let's take this tire off. Now I am doing everything one-handed, and it's a 5mm to get this off. And before you take this tire off, note the drivetrain is shifted to the hardest gear in the back here. That will make it easier to get the chain off. And we got some one-handed videography and repairing right now, so both might suffer. Hold, derailleur, move. It's so bad. Okay, we got it. Okay, tire is now off. And now we're gonna go down to the workshop to go put a new one on. Quick little side note, I was trying to set up the recording setup for this video with this bike stand and this piece of wood. I was gonna set my phone up there. And I was adjusting it with my phone up there, and it fell, bounced off the spoke, and into that metal thing right there, into the metal side of the drill press. No damage to the screen. I've got no case on my phone. This is an S21. Bruh, Samsungs are fucking insanely durable. You can give them shit otherwise, but oh my god. Literally no damage. From up there, it bounced and hit there. Oh my god. Okay, fuck. I didn't do a snap intro. And we are down in the workshop with our wheel. Now, I've never changed a road bike tire. I have changed many mountain bike tires, and I've been told that this particular type of road bike tire is way harder to change than most other road bike tires. The other thing I want to say is that this is not a tutorial. I've never changed a road bike tire. I did not watch any tutorials. And if you're looking for a tutorial, this won't really help you much. But if you just want to understand something cool about the biking world, I think it's like the tire technology has come so far in the past several years. There's no tube in this. The only layer of rubber is what you see right here, and it seals against the rim, and there's liquid in there, and it's insane. So I just remembered that I forgot tire levers, so I'm gonna go get those. Tire levers. Those are just to help get the tire off of it. Any of you guys coming from the car world, these are the equivalent of tire irons, but these are made of plastic. First of all though, I want to say, oh my god, the Xbox video has like 220 views right now, which is fucking insane. Also a shit ton of people subscribed. I've got this Tents of John doesn't know their names because I'm not near my computer. I can't look it up. But I'm gonna throw you over to Future John, and he's gonna tell you all their names. Thank you so much to Hercules Muniz de Silva for subscribing. All subscribers get shout outs. Make sure that your subscriptions are public so I can see them. The names I do know right now are all my friends who are subscribed to the channel. Ramsha, Shreya, Sammy, Ali, I'm probably Aditi, Zoya, maybe. These are all my real life friends, and they've all subscribed, and it makes me feel so happy when the people I know are supporting the channel, and it makes me really happy if you support the channel. Again, every subscriber gets a shout out. Just make sure your subscriptions are public, and let's get right into taking off this tire. I have a towel, and it might get messy because, as I keep mentioning, there's sealant in here. Oh my god, this is gonna suck. Okay, so I'm trying to break it off of the bead right now. The bead is a shelf that goes around the outside of the entire tire. You can see it coming off of that shelf, and there's a channel that goes around the middle of the rim, and I'm trying to get both sides of the tire, both beads of the tire, into that channel so the tire has more slack in it so it'll come off the rim. Now I've done this whole side. Now I'm gonna go over to this side. It really sucks. These are carbon rims, by the way, because I'm fucking amazing. I don't know. This was a Christmas present bike. It was actually insane. I am mainly a mountain biker. This is not a mountain bike tire. This is a road bike tire. And so this is, I am out on my element, but this is the first time I've ever done road work on my road bike. Y'all get to come along with me. Now I'm gonna try to get the tire off the rim. This might be the hard part. So I'm gonna make sure both of the sides of the bead are in that channel, so I've got the most slack possible. You guys can see some of that sealant coming out right now. And I'm just gonna try to roll it off. Okay. And then straight down. I might need to get on the table. One sec. Let me get on the table. Okay, so I went to go get a charger for my phone right after I got up on the table because I realized it was only at 20%. I didn't want to lose any footage. So I went to go to get a charger on my phone, and it fucking happened again. My phone dropped and hit the spoke and went and hit the drill press again, and there's no damage. Oh my God. Anyway, my phone doesn't have a case on it. I want to reiterate that. Okay, let's rip this baby off. Damn it. I don't want to fall off this table. I might have to use tire levers. Usually you don't like to do that because it damages rim tape, but it looks like this rim doesn't have any tape on it, unless it's clear. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Oh, that's so much easier with the tire lever. Look. Let me do that again. Look, just scoop it right off. You actually hook it on this book. These are shitty tire levers. I couldn't find my good ones though. My Pedro's tire levers. Oh, they're so nice. All the mountain bikers know what I'm talking about when I say Pedro's tire lever. Oh, it's so nice. It's just like thick and meaty, like my cock. Mountain bike tires too are like way wider, so it's a lot easier to grab individual sides of them. Like you can get a better grip. Oh, I should have just done that. There we go. It's going real nice and easy now. Okay. There's one side. You can see how much liquid is really in there. That's not milk. Don't drink that. Oh God, it's all over the bench. Okay. Now this other side should rip off much easier. There it goes. And now we have a tire full of sealant. Now I've heard people who reuse this, but it's cheap enough and you don't really have to change your tires that much, so it doesn't really make that sense to reuse this. Let me get back on the floor. No more feet pics for y'all. I'm gonna go outside and dump this tire out. Try and kill an ecosystem while I'm at it. I hate the feeling of sealant. If you've never felt sealant on your hands, it's like grainy. It's like, because it's got coagulant in it, which is all these little fibers that when a hole is, they clog the holes in the tires. And so you can feel all the little fibers, and it's like grainy, and it just like feels poisonous. I've got a cut on my finger, and I can feel it in the cut right now. Okay, I just went and wiped down the rim, by the way. I should have done that on camera, but hindsight's a bitch, I guess. We're done with this bitch. New tire. This is the Continental 5000 STR 700C or something. Directions. Don't need those. Ha! I'm a funny YouTuber because I don't use the instructions. Fuck off. Now, direction of the tire is really important because this is meant to roll one direction. And I think it's meant to roll the directions that these point, but let me just check because it'll always have an arrow on it. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but there's a rotation arrow right there saying it rolls this way. So, thinking about the bike, we come over here. This is the drive side. It has a cassette. The drive side is always the right side of a bike. And so this wheel is meant to roll this way. And if this tire is meant to roll this way, they're supposed to go together like this. That's actually important and specific. And if you put them together like this, then you'll lose performance on the tire and be shamed by me. So the first thing I always do is I just get the tire on the wheel without the bead inside the rim. And this is gonna be interesting. This part's easy because we're just jumping because it's not tight yet. And this bead's actually wanting to jump into the rim before it wants to go over it, so we'll let it do that because it's got to go in the rim anyway. Now let's check rotation one more time. These point that way, that's correct. Drive side on the right side, bike going that way, all the rotation works out perfectly. Now, we have to put this bead in, and this can be a bitch. I like to start opposite of the valve stem, which is over here, and work my way around. And you've got to watch out, because if I'm just focusing on this side, putting the bead in, this side will run away from me and it will jump out over here as it gets tighter. So how I do this, and I might need tire levers for this, usually for a mountain bike I don't, but is I roll it, see it just ran away from me. Roll both sides. Oh, okay, this is a tight ass tire. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need a tire lever. Let me grab one of these. But okay. Oh yeah, that's sliding on really nice. I dropped it. Okay. Really just trying to get that bead in, and that wasn't that hard. Wow. Now, I actually fucked up because I forgot to line up my logos. Now, what I was saying, why I was so easily able to find find where the puncture was because the person who set up the bike lined up the logo of the tire with the valve stem. You always line up the logo with the valve stem because it makes it easy to find punctures on the tire and line it up with the rim even when it's off. And I fucked up because now this won't move. Fuck, I'm a dumbass. I literally talked about it, okay. Oh shit, this is so annoying. It's like 40 degrees off too. Yeah, no, it's not moving. Okay, let's take this off. This is such a fucking dumb situation. Okay, it's off. Line up the logo this time. Check rotation once again. And if you're wondering why I'm so concerned about rotation, you've clearly never put on an entire tire and realized that the rotation was bad. I've done it once, and it's a mistake you only ever make once. Okay, now let's pop that bead on one side. There it goes. Okay, now for the other side. Notice, how, are any of you guys wondering how this tire is going to keep air pressure? Because there's nothing, it's just a tire and a rim. And actually, the tire and the rim seal together. That's why they're so tight. The sealant helps a little bit with that, but they'll actually seal together with no sealant inside them. And we'll put the sealant in after it's sealed together. After the tire's pumped up. Well, not while it's pumped up, but after we pumped up the tire. Okay, this is starting to get tight. One thing you want to do when putting on a tire, again, is make sure this entire thing is in that center channel and not up on the side high points. I'll draw you a little diagram of what that looks like and put it on the screen now. But basically it gives you a whole lot more slack for your tire. Fuck, this is gonna be a bitch. Okay. It's funny. There it goes. I gotta get my tire levers out. Thank God this thing doesn't have rim tape on it. I know, in mountain bikes you always have to use rim tape, but I don't really know. I guess it's different in road bikes. Okay, now we gotta get this motherfucker to seal. This is the part in tubeless tires where it's like you can't really, sometimes they just don't want to seal. Well, the first thing I want to do, you know I've been talking about getting the tire into the channel this entire time? We're gonna try to get it out. And I think we can do that with a blast of air. And I do have an air compressor. An air compressor is generally the best way to do it. You can do it with CO2 cartridges, but that is expensive. Like, it does cost money. Air compressor You just buy it once and then pay for electricity. Speaking of electricity, how am I gonna plug this in? And there we go, and we have our air coming in here. The tank has 100 PSI in it, right about. Now we got about 80 coming out of here, and we're gonna see if we can just blast this tire on by sheer force. If not, we're gonna have to try to drag it on the bead and see if we can see it that way. Now, let's just see. It did it. You guys see that? It's got about 50 PSI in it. That was awesome. It just went straight on. Now it's got about 80 PSI. That's about what I'd run. And now, this tire is sealed. The tire's sealed against the rim. It popped right on. Mountain bike tires don't usually do that. I don't know about road bike tires. But now, we get to deal with sealant. This is Trucker Co's sealant. Is this meant for... Wait. This is car sealant. Let me go get bike sealant. We got bike sealant. This is what I use in my mountain bike. I don't know if there's road sealant. There probably isn't. But now we get to let out 80 PSI. Wait. Wasn't that satisfying? Okay. Now we gotta take out this valve core. This whole thing is called a valve stem, and within a valve stem there's a valve core, and I need a valve core wrench or some pliers. Okay, I'm back with some like diamond cutters or whatever, which is the wrong tool for the job, but it'll work because you really don't need that much torque. Fuck, I need a better tool. I have these. These are wire bending pliers, but ironically I use them all the time and never for wire bending. They're just really nice because they're small, and like if you drop something inside like a hard to get part, they're like, you can kind of use them as tweezers, and yeah. And you can see they're really marred up and dented and stuff because I use them for so much other than wire bending. Let's see if we can get this valve core out. Bro, this is the worst valve core ever. If you're wondering, yes, there is a specific tool, and yes, I am very tempted to go get it. I'm gonna go get it one second. This multi-tool has it inside it. And it's funny because this multi-tool, which is meant to be small and compact and carried with you when you're riding, has one tool that entire toolbox doesn't have, and it is contained in this part of it. And it is a valve core wrench, and it's like actually these like two parts are the perfect size apart to spin out a valve core. There we go. That is what a valve core is. That's what I was trying to get out this one. Now it's time to pour in exactly 30 milliliters of Stan's. Just gonna raw dog this. Wait, this is going well. Oh god, there's a chunk. Where the chunk fucked me up. How much is on this bottle? There's like 610. I'll put it in until it's 580. Bro, the chunk is clogging everything up. Okay, push the chunk down. We're going to continue pouring. Okay, that's enough. This was a disaster. Probably not enough, honestly, but I'm done. Oh, it feels like sand. It's so gross. Yet another example of how these pliers are just really fucking useful for a lot of things. They're a little messy, not too bad though. And now we're gonna just screw our valve stem back in. And you notice how small this wrench is? Valve stems do not need much torque at all. They need very little torque. Like the only reason they aren't a thumb screw is because they're a little bit too small. Like you need a little bit more torque than how small they are. Now, this tire should be pretty much done. I'm going to put some air in it. Got my air compressor back. That's just way too much fun. I'm just gonna. There it is. It's got like 80 in it right now, which is about what I ride. I should probably ride a little bit higher, but I wasn't sure. And they said 80 to 100, so I aired on the low end. Now, this is pretty much done. I gotta go upstairs and put it on the bike now. Now, I just want to note that when you seat a tubeless tire, you want to spread the sealant all around the inside of the tire, and so it makes it like a thin film over the entire inside so it can clog leaks in it. That went surprisingly smooth. I thought that was going to be much more difficult than it was, but it wasn't that hard, so time to go up and put it on the bike. Y'all are getting the docking cam as I slide this wheel on in, line up the brake, line up the cassette. God damn, this is so much harder with one hand. That cassette inside that chain line. Pull that derailleur and slot it. It's not in yet. There we go. Now we're in. Now we can just take our axle and put it in. Note, I should be putting grease on this, but we cannot find our grease right now. I asked my dad, he does not know. And this wasn't seized at all. And yeah, when I find my grease, I'll put grease in here. But the grease is so, like, with two metals contacting each other, they'll seize. And so grease is just a barrier. Also, it seals out water and it keeps everything clean. Now this says 11 Newton meters on it. And that is a torque value. That is how hard I should push on this right now. Y'all want to see me hit exactly 11 Newton meters? You should really use a torque wrench for this, but nobody uses a torque wrench for this. That's 11 right there. Perfect. Whew. And that's it. Let's flip this baby up so y'all can see it in all its grandiosity. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Oh god, no. Okay, that was sketch. This is a very expensive bike. This is the Giant TCR, by the way. And there we go. There's that new wheel. There's the old one. Well, not the old one, but an old one. Nice. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of this video. Next week, I've got something really, really interesting for you guys. It's not something that I normally do. I'm gonna make no promises because it might fall through. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, suck my dick, share, do whatever you want. Goodbye.